Welcome to the Fans Edge Sports Show podcast, hosted by your boy 216 Mike and your boy EG Laflare. This show is also produced by Walt K Disney. She cannot be with us here right now, so definitely keep her in you all's prayers. We would definitely appreciate this. Make sure you subscribe to the show on all of our social media platforms. We're even on TikTok. And if you can't catch the show live on YouTube and platforms are more your style, make sure you catch us on Apple, Anchor, and Spotify. We definitely appreciate it. Leave a comment, leave a review, anything. All the feedback definitely helps. What's going on with your EG?
Hey, hype, baby. Football is
Yeah.
back. My team is 1-0. What about your team, bro?
And we want to know what's the good thing about going 1-0? Being able to
Hey,
go 2-0, you know?
hey, let's do it, man. I'm
Yes,
excited.
sir.
I was happy. I watched football for the entire day.
Well,
I'm
let's go
feeling
ahead and
good,
talk
man.
about your team that got the dub, against Cincinnati. And I got to say, actually, before I let you go, I have to apologize because that Cincinnati team was better than what I thought. And honestly, maybe Luke Fickle might be at the caliber where he could coach at the Ohio State or something like that. Go ahead, EG.
Hey, I would like to say the same thing, man. Cincinnati, that was a great football team. Those guys were physical. They played well in the trenches. I think they'll surprise a lot of people. I also think in their conference, they might still win 10 to 11 games this season with a new quarterback. He missed a couple of throws and stuff here and there. He was under pressure, man, but the team overall, they played well. They got a running back who transferred from LSU. He's a pretty good running back. They have a nice defense. It's not crazy, but they'll be a good team this year. I don't want people to think, you know what I'm saying, that was an easy win. That was not an easy win
No, it
for us.
wasn't. It was not an easy win, man. I was
Right.
like, what? I
Yeah.
honestly, man, like I told you guys last weekend, I'm just saying, because it's a group of five school, there's no way that they could lose all of those guys and still be as competitive as they were. And like you were just
Same thing
talking,
I assumed.
yeah.
Same thing
And,
I
and then
assumed.
you just see like the quarterback. He was just making like rookie mistakes. They had like
Yeah.
multiple delayed games. That's on the
Right.
QB. You don't call a timeout, nothing. You're not yelling, getting your guys together. And then you saw some things on the defensive side, mistakes that those veterans didn't make. So it's a young
Right.
team. Luke Fickle's gonna work them out, but I was glad in what I saw in them. But I was also glad in what I saw in Arkansas. Hasselwood showing up and being the guy that he's supposed to be, and KJ Jefferson
Absolutely.
just being consistent. You know what I'm saying? And I
Absolutely.
love it. I believe y'all backup quarterback came in showing off his legs. I mean, it was a beautiful game, man. I enjoyed myself.
Man, I'm happy to be 1-0, man. Like I said, KJ, it's his year to be the man. We call him the best player on our team. He stepped up yesterday. He made all the key plays to win the game. He got those first downs, those third down situations. He made plays. He threw touchdowns when he had to, man. I just like our team starting out. Last year, even in the first game, we struggled against Rice. And this year it was still kind of a struggle, but I think we needed that type of struggle. I think we'll be better
Bill's character.
going forward, man. I'm really happy with where our team is right now. I can't complain right now.
There you go. Well, I forgot to say the score. Arkansas won 31-24 against Cincinnati. Another big game that was I mean, we kind of knew it was going to happen, but we was like, didn't know it was going to happen like this. And that was number 3 Oregon. Bow bow, breaking the house down all in Oregon, bruh. Oregon only scored 3 points.
Georgia,
Georgia have scored 49 points, bro. Like, that's
hey,
crazy. But the fact that they were able to get 49, I think says that this offense for Georgia this year is more explosive than it was last year, man.
I expected the offense to be better, but I didn't expect the defense to still be as good.
Well,
The defense
what?
even looked good. You know, I
Why
saw,
not? They got reps. They got
yeah,
development because they got
and
blowouts
also
last year.
exactly. They had played a lot of guys last year because they blew a lot of guys out. So they don't. A lot of their starters only played 60% of games. You know, and those guys are prepared. One stat I did see was Georgia scored on their first 7 drives when they got that ball. And that's just amazing. You know, that's the tale of the offense. The offense is looking better. Stetson is looking comfortable. But I will say this. Stetson need to slow down on the running, man. That could be dangerous. You know, I don't know if I want to see Stetson taking a lot of hits like a
Right.
bigger guy does, man. Stetson looks very small in there, man. I don't want to see him get banged up, so he needs to slow down on the running. But other than that, Georgia looked great, man. I saw my guy Malachi Starks. I refereed a game with him, the game he played in last season. I saw him out there made an interception as a true freshman. It was exciting to see him out there, man. Overall, good job from Georgia, man. They answered.
Yeah, Stetson Bennett, man. I mean, you say, he shouldn't take them hits, but I did see him break several tackles, slinging
True.
guys off. He was it was crazy. I want to say he was surrounded by like 4 Oregon players and still threw the ball, bro. I'm like, this dude was balling, bro.
Yeah.
But like I was trying to explain to some people, man, Stetson Bennett was that number 3 quarterback behind CJ Stroud and Bryce Young in efficiency. And all he needed to show was some efficiency, and he did it, man. So shout out to them. Another big game down in the swamp. Number Florida. Florida
Woo!
taking on number 7 Utah with the upset. Florida wins 29-26, bruh. I want to start off with this because man, this Florida team came out hot. And I'll tell you this, there was some people down about the head coach. But these players showed me that they'll run through a wall for this coach more than what they would for Dan Mullen. Like if they had got this guy sooner, who's to say that they don't actually break that hump when they had Kyle Pitts and Kyle Trask? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
these guys was humming, hitting on all cylinders. And here's the scary part because I need to see this from Anthony Richardson, man. They didn't even really throw the ball. And I
Yeah.
was shocked in Utah, they didn't have no spy, or they used the spy a little bit, but they didn't use contain on Anthony. They let him move all outside the pocket. Well, what game plan was this? Did the defensive coordinator not watch film? Because he fumbled the bag.
Man, and like I said, yeah, you really don't have much film on Anthony Richardson. Everyone just know he's this highly touted guy. He's got next without they have him on Mel Kiper's big board without even doing anything, after 1 or 2 games of playing. And my thing is, if you ask me, numbers aside, the guy is the real deal. I'm not looking at his stats from yesterday. I'm looking at just some of the plays he made. The way when
His
the play breaks
composure,
down, he gets out of the pocket and makes something happen. He sits in that pocket looking comfortable. He's cool. He's calm. He's
and
making all those
confident.
passes. And he also can run that ball. He got upfield and hey, he was elusive when he got in the open. It was hard to kind of get your hands on him. Like I saw some shiftiness in that guy, man. I really like that guy, man. I think he's the real deal. I think his numbers will be there toward the end of the year. But other than that, just overall, without looking at the numbers, he made a lot of great plays, man. Shout out to Florida, man. That was a big win for you guys. Florida should jump up in the rankings this week. And hey, Georgia versus Florida just got a little more interesting.
Just got a little bit more interesting, man.
Uh-huh.
So another game to recap. We had a top 5 matchup. Notre Dame versus the Ohio State. Ohio State pulls out the win late, 21-10. Man, I'll let you go first. What was your thoughts on this game?
Man, honestly, man, Notre Dame is a lot better team than anyone knows right now. Notre Dame defense is looking legit. Their offense, even their quarterback, I like that guy. That was my first time seeing that guy in action. I didn't know what to expect, but I think he'll get better as the season goes along. I still
Mm-hmm.
think Notre Dame can win every game from here on out, even including versus USC. I think they can win every game from here on out and have a chance at the playoffs. They were one of my teams that I selected for the playoffs, and I
Yeah.
like the choice. I think they could possibly do it. On the other hand, though, I don't know, man. Ohio State kind of got off to a slow start. I hope Smith and Jigba, or his how you pronounce his name, I hope he's good. I see he was kind of hurt not playing that game, not finishing that game, and CJ Stroud kind of looked kind of, like they had a great game plan for him. It's kind of like he was struggling early on, and I wanted to see him, sling the ball around. But I understand this was a great matchup, and they played a lot of defense, and I want to see more from CJ Stroud. I want to see him get better because it was a tough game for him yesterday. Even though he pulled out the win, he made the key plays to win. I would like to see him slinging that ball like the guy, like the Heisman Trophy winner should. I want to see more, and I hope his receiver get better.
Yeah, man. So this game, I'll tell you guys from the beginning, from kickoff, when I saw that Ohio State was kicking the ball off and our defense was going to be the first thing on the field, that is what I wanted. The defense to go ahead and show me, because if we don't got it, then we don't got it. But I need to see it. Everybody been talking about this
Yeah,
defense, and then they get the make one good play because of a missed tackle. I'm like, okay, but they get the extra yards due to a penalty and get in the red zone because of a unnecessary roughness hit by our defensive line. I said, man, it took a penalty for them to get in the red zone, and then we hold them to 3 points. That's something that our defense was not able to do. So I was happy about that. And then, to see the defense come back out, getting stops, I was completely confident. The fact that our offense was starting off slow and our defense was doing what it was doing just let me know. I was like, this team is going to be fine. I'm not worried about the offense, and I'm not too worried about CJ. And the reason being is because I had to go rewatch this game, and I'm watching shout out to Marcus Freeman because he did an unbelievable job. If anybody went and watched like Justin Fields versus Northwestern in the Big Ten championship, go back and watch what that defense did. You'll see, man, Justin Fields didn't really have a good game. His stats wasn't good. They weren't really throwing the ball like that. And honestly, the person who I blame for that is Ryan Day. Because when guys are dropping 8, 9 in coverage, 9 is unusual. When they're dropping 8, 9 in coverage or whatever, and we have some young receivers that don't know how to sit in the zone. So that's something that they're going to have to be coached up on. But when you have that, you need to start going to the running game. And it took Ryan Day to the second half to make that adjustment instead of making that adjustment in the first half. Because if he had a switch to go into the running game earlier, I think that you would have seen a more explosive offense. And I feel like they wouldn't have been able to sit in prevent the whole time. You got to make some type of adjustment to that. So,
right. Another thing I want to say, man, it's not like I mean, you guys' defense did look a lot better yesterday. It was some guys on Notre Dame making some outstanding plays the other night. Like, it wasn't like you guys' defense was just giving wide open plays up. I mean, I seen the tight end catch like 2 one-hand passes that were nearly, interceptions or shouldn't have been caught type plays. And a guy made a spectacular play where he tipped the ball up in the air
yeah,
and
while he
dove
was falling,
while he was
and
falling.
yeah,
And
and it
it is
caught it.
not
Yeah.
like, right, it's not like you guys wasn't playing defense. Those Notre Dame guys was making some outstanding plays.
Yeah.
I did take note in that. So I believe you guys do have a future on defense. I believe it's a lot better than
Here's
last
the
year.
kicker about the defense. The coach came and said we was really actually running a vanilla defense. The
And
defensive
a
court
lot of people
that was
do that first game. They
but
do
that
that first
was
game.
but that was crazy to me. And I mean, you could say because your team probably played defense better than mine.
We
To the
played great defense yesterday.
Ohio State standard, bruh, for the past couple years, that's not what we weren't seeing anything like this. So the fact that
Yeah.
I would say that this was a defensive win, and then to come out and I tell you this, shout out to Jim Knowles. We shut them out the whole second half, bro. Like, them boys was making plays. And I want to go ahead, and this just goes right into our game ball segment. I want to go ahead and give my guy Tommy Eichenberg, the linebacker from Ohio State, the game ball because, like I said, this defense had to get transformed from how crappy they were last year. Tommy Eichenberg had 9 tackles, 6 solo, and 2 sacks to add to that, my guy. So my game ball of the week definitely goes to Tommy Eichenberg. Jim Knowles got this linebacker unit together because it's been the weakness of Ohio State since Luke Fickell has left.
Oh, man. Good job getting the win, though, Ohio State. It might not be pretty, but you guys just need to win. Keep adding up the wins so we can see you guys in the big game.
Yeah.
Good job,
Who would
Ohio
your
State.
game ball go to, brother?
Overall for Ohio State, like I said, I would give it to
It
that
doesn't
defense,
even have
man.
to. No, it doesn't even have to be Ohio State. I'm talking about game ball for the week. Who your game ball go to?
Oh, you know
Could
me,
be
I'm
some
kind of
Razorbacks.
biased.
Yeah, go
You know
ahead,
me, I'm
man.
kind of biased, man. I'm gonna give it to KJ Jefferson, man. Like I said, he made all the
He
plays
deserves
that I
it.
wanted to see, man. On the third downs, he breaking tackles to get where we need to be, and of course, I knew coming in our defense would be a lot better than last year. So it's what I expected. But KJ Jefferson, he stepped up. He took a nice. He showed me he can be that guy, man. I would like to give my game ball to him. He's showing that Cam Newton inside of him, and I just can't wait to see where the season go, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, man. Good luck to you guys for the rest of the season, man. So I was scrolling through week 2, and obviously we know the big one. I'm not gonna go into that one yet, but I'm just trying to find all of these other games, and I just realized week 2 is cupcake week apparently, man.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah. It's
we
but
got a tough opponent.
I did find some good games though. They're just not those top 25, top 10, top 15 matchups. But first game, everybody knows you got Alabama, Bryce Young taking on Quinn Ewers and them Texas Longhorns in
Ooh,
Texas. It's going to be a big noon kickoff on Fox at 11 a.m. Central Time. Bama is an 18.5 favorite with the over-under set at 61.5, man.
jeez.
Obviously, the storylines is going to be about Quinn Ewers. Can he actually do this against an actual, Power 5 team? Can he live up to the hype? It's going to be, can Bijan Robinson break away from this amazing front seven that Alabama has as well? So talk to me, EG. What do you
Hey
think?
man, hey man. Me personally, I got this game being a blowout. I got Bama blowing those guys out, man. I would
So
love to see
Bama covers
Texas.
the spread.
Yeah, I would love to see Texas do well. I would love to see those guys put it together, but having Bama second game of the year, man, it's a tall task for anybody. I got Will Anderson getting after it. I got the offense for Bama, man. I like how the receiver Burden looks like he's fitting in with the offense. So the
Mm-hmm.
offense for Alabama is looking even better, man. I got them boys rolling all over Texas, man. I'm sorry, but hey, Texas is just not the time to play Alabama right now, man.
No, it is not, man. It's definitely not the time for them to play Bama. Kind of worried a little bit about Quinn Ewers' health because, man, Will Anderson is definitely going to be at
Ooh.
that boy, man. Hey, again, people, make sure that you're following us on Anchor. Just in case you missed the show, you follow us on Anchor and or Spotify or Apple Music, and then that way it lets you know as soon as that episode drops, you get a notification. Also, make sure you're following us on all of our social media platforms. We post so many of our videos, breakdowns, all of that. And you got to be checking for some things that will be coming to you all soon, man. So we're getting back into it. Kentucky versus Florida, Saturday, 6 p.m. Central Time kickoff on ESPN. Florida's coming in as a 5.5 favorite with the over-under set at 51.5. And I'll say this, man. I'm interested in this game
I'm
because,
interested.
like I said, I have not seen Anthony Richardson passing the ball. This is going to be a game where I think he's going to pass the ball. Now there's more film on him, and I don't think Kentucky is going to be dumb enough to not have some type of containment on the outside like
Spy him
Utah
or
did.
something.
Yeah,
Spy him or something.
Utah was tripping. I don't know if it was the humidity that was messing with their brain or what, but somebody got to contain Anthony Richardson. I think Kentucky will do that. But the front line for Florida, I think, can hold up against Kentucky's O line. I really do think that D line, like, I was sleeping on Florida's front seven, but what they were able to do against Utah on the goal line, stand and making people fumble, ridiculous, man.
Hey, man, what I will say about this Florida and Kentucky matchup, it won't be easy, man. It won't be
Mm-mm.
easy for either side, man. Do not count Will Levis out. That Kentucky quarterback, both of these guys are like right underneath each other on the NFL watch list. These
Mm.
are two guys that the NFL have their eye on as could be big time quarterbacks. So I hope neither side goes into this game thinking, oh, it's Kentucky or oh, Florida, they're not this or that. Hey, this is gonna be a good game, man. If I had to pick a winner, I don't know. I can't even say even after Florida's impressive win, some people called Utah overrated and this and that. But even after Florida's impressive win, I can't say that they're going to march in there and beat Kentucky. Kentucky is a team that's been building for about 3 years now, and I really like their quarterback, man. I think that's the key to this game, the quarterback play.
Hey, let Utah fans tell it. They'll tell you if that one run was reviewed, it would have been showed that it was a touchdown, and then they don't have to try to punch the ball in on another time where they end up fumbling on the goal line. So,
Mm.
I mean, that's what Utah fans will tell you. But like I like to say, it's never just one play; it's the whole game.
Yeah, that I felt like that guy. I felt like that guy was in. I
I
felt
thought
like
he was too. I thought he
just
was too.
he did move at the end, but like initially he was
He
in
was
the
on top of
touchdown.
somebody. Yeah,
Right, right.
his legs did not hit the but that's the thing, man. It has to be inconclusive. I honestly don't know why they didn't go to replay. I think that should have been replayed. But it is what it is.
Yep.
We have a Pac-12 after dark. I mean, it'll be after dark for us here. But probably like it'll probably be like what 3 o'clock over there. USC versus Stanford, Saturday 6:30 p.m. kickoff Central on ABC. USC coming in at a 10.5 favorite with the over/under set at 65. I mean, I both of these teams are coming in 1-0. I'm gonna take USC in this. I am interested to see if Stanford can pull something out defensive wise because, like I said, in the Pac-12 there are some teams they might not be good offensively, but they are good defensively, and I want to see how Caleb Williams and Lincoln Riley looks going up against those type of defensive teams because he's
And,
gonna
and
see more of that than he saw in the Big 12.
you know, I was talking to a USC fan today, man, and he's a big USC guy, and he watches a lot of California football. So here's what he told me. He told me that Caleb Williams is a better quarterback than CJ Stroud. He said that's what he's telling me. I'm not sure. I'm not sold on the argument, but this is the conversation he had with me after he's watched a lot of California football. This is the tale I've heard. And he's claiming that USC could have one of the best offenses in the country this season. If not already, they have the best offense in the country. They looked good this past week. I can't admit that. They look good. Guys were bouncing around, running reverses, and the receivers. Remember, I mentioned them early
Everybody
on.
looked good against Cupcakes.
Yeah, but you remember I mentioned them early on having a sleeper wide receiver room that people are sleeping on.
Ain't
And
nobody
those
sleeping on
guys,
that wide receiver room with Mims and
absolutely.
the Bolitnikoff winner over there. Ain't
But
nobody sleeping on that.
I'm buying this USC offense, man. I don't know about the quarterback situation, but he's sold on Caleb Williams being a better quarterback than CJ Stroud. So that's something to watch, and that's something I'll be paying attention to.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't, bro. I mean, completion percentage, way better. QBR, way better. Not
Yeah,
even going there. I don't
but
argue with
it
people
took
like that.
CJ Stroud toward the end of the year to
It
kind of clean up
it
his
didn't.
numbers and
It
get it
didn't.
together.
He
But
sat down after one game because of his shoulder. They cleaned that up, and then next thing you know, he was on fire every game after. And a lot of people want to sit here and say just because they lost the game to Oregon, just because they lost the game to that team up north. If you actually go back and look at the stats, it wasn't CJ who lost it. Still put up over like 400 something yards, and his completion percentage was still good. His QBR was still good. It was just that crappy defense. So,
speak for your quarterback, my man.
hey,
Speak for your quarterback.
men lie, women lie, numbers don't, man. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
hearing you out.
So,
I'm hearing you out.
but two teams coming in this, both took an L. You know what I'm saying? Both have losses. Boston College and Tech, Virginia Tech, Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Time kickoff on the ACC network. Somehow, Virginia Tech is coming in at a 3.5 favorite with the over-under set at 45.5. Boston College took their L to Rutgers. You had two former Ohio State defensive coordinators battling off against each other as head coaches. And, Greg Schiano just showed the experience, showed that he had a little bit more tricks under the sleeve, and Rutgers pulls out with the W. But I honestly would probably take Boston College offense over Tech's
Hey
game to me.
man.
Looked terrible,
Hey.
bro.
Did you not see Virginia Tech fall to Old Dominion?
Bruh.
Those guys were out there making plays on that defense. I mean, those guys
Bruh.
didn't look like those guys look like they should be in the conference with those guys. They were just as physical. The receivers wasn't as big, but those guys were making plays over the DBs.
Bro.
And I mean, the quarterback wasn't scared. He Old Dominion's quarterback didn't throw for any yards, but those guys just made a lot of plays. I think the defense was Old Dominion's defense was it was better than Virginia Tech thought, man. I don't have high hopes for Virginia
Yeah.
Tech, man.
I think we're gonna have to find a Vegas person to come on this show and just explain to us like
How you get
how how are they favored in this game? Like
absolutely like
I have no idea, bro. Yes, Boston College lost, but they ain't lose to no Old Dominion. You know what I'm saying,
man,
man?
what?
So we had our first week of college football fantasy, and I'm seeing a whole lot more people are playing. A whole lot more people were like tweeting their lineups out and that they drafted and everything. Man, how was your? Did you get to check yours out? How did you look?
Man, I did right before we even start playing, man. I just can't understand the app quite yet. Like I don't see the opponent that I'm facing this week. I don't know what my total points are. Like I'm just not understanding the app now. If we take this and move it to ESPN fantasy app and just have a college football section, I will probably fall in love with it because college is my favorite sport. I'm paying attention to more of those guys than anything, man. I want to see them come with a new app. Fan tracks is just I don't like the app quite yet. Like I'm an
Yeah,
old school guy. I don't like change
right.
and it's kind of different from what I'm used to. I can't keep up with. I'm not understanding. Like I tried substituting guys and moving guys around. I wasn't even sure how to do it. But my
We're gonna
team
have to
is
work on
nice.
that with you, yeah, for sure.
My team is nice. Like I said, I got McIntosh who had a great day, and I also had Hooker from Tennessee who had a great day, and I had some guys who were balling, but I still don't know my total points. I don't know how to access it. I don't know how to see my opponent for the week. I'm just struggling with the app, man.
So when you pull it up, man, what you do, you hit the football button, right?
Yeah.
So like everybody, if you play college football, here's the fan tracks at, right? So you hit this football button. We'll hit the football button, and then you click scoring, right? We click scoring. And then you see all the matchups.
Uh,
Obviously, y'all see I'm kicking butt. This is what I do. And then I got Will Shipley playing on Monday. So even though it shows that he's only like, I'm about to
hey,
win, bro. I'm
go to
about to
my
win,
matchup.
bro.
Go to my matchup and tell me
I'm
if I
about to
won or
win,
not.
bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Here's EG, everybody.
Did I win? I'm winning.
Yeah, you're winning.
Let's go. I saw my guys showing up,
Yeah,
man.
you
Like I
beating up
said,
on my wife, man, and we beefing right now. No, I'm just Hey, she gotta get her stuff together though, man, for
hey,
sure.
but can I mention some on the show, man? Let me tell you some pointers I noticed from this week of football, man. So every SEC team won this week, and that's one stat that I would like to say because I am a conference guy. Me and Mike battle this a lot. Every SEC team won this week, and also the Big Ten started slow. If you ask me, the best looking team in that conference this week was Michigan. Michigan looked great, even though they played Colorado State. Those guys look great. They didn't have great quarterback play. They did the thing where they used multiple quarterbacks. I tried to pay attention to a lot of Big Ten this week. They used multiple quarterbacks, and I don't know how that's going to work for the long run, but their running game was there. They had a few trick plays was there, and their defense was better than expected. I mean, they only gave up, I think, 3 points. And Michigan is looking good right now, man. Like I said, they were my favorites to win the Big Ten. But outside of Michigan, Ohio State, the Big Ten just didn't look too well. I think Iowa played an FCS school, and they finished.
Yeah, we
Uh,
gotta talk about that.
the final score was seven to 3.
7-3, two
I mean,
safeties, two safeties, and a field goal.
that that's
No offense.
that was a boring game. I did not watch. I clicked in it, kept turning the channels to something else. I just
This
couldn't pay attention. So I don't know where the Big Ten is right now. It wasn't a strong week for
you
those
didn't watch
guys.
Wisconsin?
Wisconsin. I'm
Don't.
sorry to
Yeah,
overlook
I
Wisconsin.
was about to say, did you not
They
see
look great.
the running
They look
back? He
great.
went off.
I didn't put Wisconsin in my notes, but they did look great. Like I said, the running game was there for them.
Yeah.
Wisconsin looked great, and like I said, it was just a few teams that disappointed, and Iowa was one of them, and I was expecting them to be one of the toughest teams over there this season. But go ahead, let us know something.
Yeah, man. Just to piggyback off of yours, man. I think Purdue and Penn State. I think that those are two good matchups. What you did see from the Big Ten, most of them had Power Five matchups. Like other than that team up north with the cupcake and Iowa, obviously with the cupcake and still not being able to do it. But this has been my issue with Big Ten West teams not being able to change. Kirk Ferentz always relying on nothing but defense, but will not change the offense. And with the Big Ten adding all of these other schools in, like it's time for Kirk Ferentz to either get with the times or it's time to let him go. I understand that you probably want to build a statue for him. I understand he's the most winning coach in your program history, most tenured coach, all of that stuff. But sometimes change can be a good thing. And in college football, bro, you can't be winning against smaller schools or whatever, 7-3, not scoring anything on offense. That's BS,
Woo!
you know. But like you said, man, shout out to the SEC playing some really good games, doing their thing. Like we said, Florida taking down the top 10 opponent as well. Hopefully, Florida will be in the rankings. We know Arkansas should move up for sure. And
I
I
think
mean,
they'll have us Arkansas number
speaking
15.
speaking of Ohio State, now they get they cupcake games going against Arkansas State this coming week. So you get to fine tune some of those things, and then I hope that Ryan Day, like we talk about the players not making the same mistakes multiple times, but I want to see my coach stop making the same mistakes. I want to see when the running game, if they're going to give you the running game, take it.
Uh-huh.
This ain't Madden. Take
Absolutely.
it, So
Absolutely.
that's what I want to see, man. I'm excited for week 2. We previewed a couple games. And let's see. So I gotta go through here because I did. Dang it!
Hey,
Something's going wrong on with my mouth. With
our
my
alma mater, me and Mike's alma mater play Ole Miss this weekend. Central Arkansas plays Ole Miss this weekend. Not looking forward to Central Arkansas winning, but that's just a great game for us to play in. One year we did play those guys pretty tough when me and Mike was
Oh
in.
yeah, we were winning that half, man. We
Right, right.
if it wasn't for that SEC depth, if it was not for the SEC depth, I
Absolutely.
really believe that UCA could have won that game, man. But you just saw it, like they were able to rotate guys. Guys were so much more fresher, and our guys, bro, like they put everything they had into that first half. Because when Ole Miss came out swinging in that second time, boy, it was a wrap. It
Right.
was a wrap.
Hey,
Something
you
is
know,
going on with my mouse.
hey, I think Nebraska looked better this week. I think I
Stop
think
it.
uh I think
No.
they looked better. I mean,
The
even
defense
though
looked better, not the offense.
even though they played North Dakota, I still I saw some good things in that game, man. I don't know if I was just bored or what, but they had a running back. He had nearly 200 yards rushing.
I think they played North. Did they play North Texas?
North Dakota, I'm thinking.
Okay.
But I think a guy had nearly 200 yards rushing, and a receiver he had a great game. One receiver, and I just think they looked a lot better than last week. I just wish the best for Scott Frost out there, man.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, yeah, it was North Dakota. That's crazy. Yeah, they won 38-17. But here's the kicker though that killed me because it was 7-7 going in the half, bro. And
Oh,
then and then in the third quarter, North Dakota scores 10, and Nebraska scores 17. And the only way they were able to take the game out was in the fourth quarter. Like now, if you put now you take out North Dakota and you put an actual Power Five school in there. Nebraska doesn't get that win because the reason why you beat them in the fourth quarter is obviously like we were just talking about UCA and Ole Miss.
yeah,
The depth, they're tired. They given everything that they have. They have no more in the tank, and because you got a little bit more talent, you're able to do that. I think that the alarm bells are on for Scott Frost. Um, he keep
absolutely,
this on, bro. I mean, because this shouldn't
absolutely.
have happened, bro. Like you should have won by more. You should have did better, and he might be definitely out of a job like very
Yeah.
soon. Like
Remember on the last show I said
October.
about 6 games in the season he might be looking for a gig, man, because I'm just hoping it gets better for him because man, Nebraska is a highly touted program. This is one of the most historic programs in the history of college football, man. You can't go there half stepping.
The
And
previous coach that they had before was at least getting them to bowl games.
right.
Hey,
And
I'm
and not getting embarrassed by teams.
was
Uh,
sometimes in contention for the Big Ten West and everything. About to
right,
possibly
right.
go to Big Ten championship. Scott Frost ain't even sniffed it, man. But
Man.
EG, I got nothing else for you, man. You got anything else left for us?
Hey man, I'm excited for another week, man. I don't care about the matchups. I don't care if it's a cupcake week. I'm excited about the next week, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to see my team progress. I'm ready to see how the good teams get better. I'm ready to see the bigger teams against the easier opponents. I'm ready to see all that because I want to see how electrifying can Ohio State's offense actually be when they playing someone that's just not as tough? And those type of games build your momentum. Those build confidence. So I want to see them. They taking on a lesser opponent this week. They're taking on Arkansas State. I just want to see the different type of things their offense do. I want to see how USC offense is looking. It's a lot of guys I got my eyes on because
Mm-hmm.
it's a big year. Also, Oklahoma, they did some great things this week. I want to see how they improve. Venables
Yeah.
he's got them boys looking like they got some offense out there now, and I
And
just want
some
to see the
defense.
improvement and some defense for sure. So
Yeah.
I want to see some improvement, man. I want to see guys have an easy week. We have a tough week this week. South Carolina is a good team, but I also
Conference game, yeah.
a conference
Oh,
game
going up
early
against
on.
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, and I
Hey,
but
let's
you
go.
know, here's my take on that. I think Cincinnati is a better team than South Carolina, to be honest. It's still going to be a tough matchup because
Ooh.
we got some injuries in our secondary, and Spencer Rattler can sling it. He threw two interceptions this yesterday. He threw two interceptions. It wasn't a great game, but they got the win. But our secondary is banged up right now. Cincinnati put some whooping on our boys, but I still think they're a better team than South Carolina. Still not an easy matchup for us early on. We got work to do, man.
Gotcha. Well, everybody, we appreciate you all. Make sure that you like and subscribe to this video. It helps us out so much. Leave a comment, leave a review. We appreciate everything. And also, hey, you guys, make sure that y'all are tweeting at Yahoo Fantasy, tweeting at ESPN. We want college fantasy on their apps. We need it.
Absolutely.
We want it.
Absolutely.
The fans deserve it. We're tired of the pick'ems or whatever that y'all have and y'all do the little college. No, we want an actual fantasy with the players, right? Let's do that, college fans.
Hey, good luck to everybody playing fantasy, man. NFL fantasy too, man. Hey, this is the last week of non-NFL football. Start Thursday, man. Good luck to your teams, man. I picked Cooper Cup with my fourth pick, and I also picked him with my eighth pick in my other league. I'm expecting big things from my guys. Let's go. It's money season.
Hey, like my man LaRussell said, go get that bag. Get that
Yeah.
bag.